prorated again, reassessed, 36% that fall as opposed to the past 30%. Go back on Township. And the initial demand terms refund for the tax years 2009 to 2013, largely vacant space in the back of the bar sold for only $11 million. It was previously assessed for
monthly council meetings present you as a council this opportunity to express your thoughts, feelings, and your opinions on anything you want using the township website or one-way communication to be controlled by you. Is the opposite of promoting transparency between the local government and its residents. Thank you.
Thanks. You know, it's ironic to me, Mr. Olszewski, that for a year and a half,
how, for instance, a councilperson voted or what someone actually said. This would be mutually beneficial to all, and I think this is for the person
Providing this statement to express my concerns with recent changes that raise questions about our commitment to ethics and transparency. I ask that this statement be placed on the record and included in tonight's meeting minutes. First and foremost, I am writing and submitting this statement as a means to ensure that my words are not taken out of context or blatantly misrepresented in the minutes as they have been in the past. I find it suspicious and peculiar that after many requests over the past 2 years for more specific and accurate minutes to be recorded to reflect public comment, that no move was made for this change until just before the last election. These newly enhanced minutes from the October 2nd council meeting are riddled with grotesque misrepresentations of the actual public comments made. These highly inaccurate minutes were further exploited by the McCabe campaign in order to discredit their opponents. This is not ethical. It is far from transparent and sadly damages our efforts to improve transparency while betraying public trust. Is this really how we want our township to run? I suggest we allow the truth to be recorded and henceforth allow others to make their own determinations on the material as opposed to skewing the record for political gain or advantage. My hope is that submitting this statement will protect the words I've spoken from being manipulated for the purposes of benefiting the council and discrediting my viewpoint. Your new efforts to record minutes have successfully stifled the public. While that may very well have been the point, no leader that supports this type of unfair, biased, and skewed recording of public comment can claim any interest in ethics or transparency. Additionally, I would like to express my genuine disappointment in the use of the township's new online council corner. While the concept could indeed be used properly and ethically with potentially positive results, the current use has once again been openly political. I do not feel that we are welcoming questions from the public when any resident who dares ask a question is liable to have their name up in lights and their issue published on the township website. This doesn't require a great deal of explanation. Anyone with any basic understanding of human nature will know that public exposure of resident questions in this type of forum will hinder residents from asking questions rather than encouraging them to do so. Furthermore, the manner in which much of the content has been included on the council corner expresses only the council viewpoint and should be expanded to include a response, statement, or rebuttal from whomever is being targeted in each post. I suggest that residents be given the option of whether or not they want their name published on the township website. Otherwise, this can only be viewed as a tactic to instill fear in those who might have a question to ask. Any publication on the township website that relates to the perspective or questions of township residents should allow for said residents to represent their own issue or to opt out of publication. The manner in which these changes have been executed is a disservice to the greater population of Lopatcong residents. I hope each member of council will see correcting this as a matter of urgent priority. This is an appeal for council to consider the impact of such a one-sided representation of issues and how easily these changes can be viewed as a move to inhibit transparency rather than to enhance it. Thank you.
I strongly disagree with the statements that were just made. The minutes were not used to benefit any campaign, and I strongly disagree with those statements. We have a website in place. We're talking about transparency. You want to blog? You can blog on the newspaper like you do so well. Yes. Anonymously.
And so can you.
We have a website here. We are here to give you information. You don't like the fact that we write what you say when you come in, then you shouldn't say what you say when you come in. I'm sorry that we will not be making the website a blog site.
It's called yours, it's ours.
We paid for it.
I'm not finished.
And
it
We will
can't
not
be
be
one.
making our website a blog site.
It should
Our
fact
website is to provide information to everyone,
and should not post
especially-
opinions.
Don't interrupt me, Cindy.
It's
especially
opinions.
those who are not at these meetings. You come in with some great ideas about a pool, well, let's share it with the rest of the community and get their input as well.
The paper was called, too, that was the response to the article in the paper.
So again, just to express my absolute disagreement with those statements for the record, that is not true.
And let me just, one other thing, so I'm stuck in this whole hypocritical thing. I'm failing to understand, and I guess this is a rhetorical question, so I'm going to take Mr. Fishbach. But you sit here, Sendik, to a lesser degree than a slifer, and complain about being stifled under public comment by us posting, by reflecting in the minutes what happened, and on the public, on the council corner what happened, and then turn around and say, but we should videotape it, which we're doing.
Good.
So now not only is it going to be your comments and your questions going to be reflected in our minutes, but now they're actually going to be reflected on video. So I'm not quite sure what expectation of privacy you're talking about, complaining on one hand that you're being stifled because it's going to be reflected in the minutes. Now it's going to be reflected in video and audio on the town's website. So again, I'm just completely at a loss. I think your comments make virtually no sense. They're self-serving, and they're consistent with the same kind of harassing tactics that you guys have engaged in for the better part of a year and a half. And quite frankly, the reason why we've gone to the video is to ensure that you stop misleading folks in town like you've made a habit of doing for the last better part of a year and a half, and so that folks can get a real picture of what it is that goes on here, because, you know, unfortunately not everybody gets to come. But we want to make sure that there's an accurate record going forward so people get to see what you're all about. That said, Mr. Fishbach.
Tom Fishbach, 58 Byron Drive. Well, I'll take exception actually to some of the statements actually made as you know, being political or some political agenda. But this is a public meeting. Everything is public. So there is nothing that can't be posted, can't be said. I believe that meeting that is referred to, that was taken out of context, was tape recorded and videotaped. So you can go back to that videotape if there was anything taken out of context. So, you know, this is a public, it's ironic for me that someone that controls the website, that can post something and then take a post down and control that, is saying that, you know, we need to be, you know, forthcoming with all this information. It was videotaped. If there was anything that was misled or misstated, believe me, there was a lot of lies out there, and it wasn't from my side, not by no means.
Anybody else tonight? Questions, comments? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Marjorie Chamberlain. She's resided in the second township in Lopatcong, in the farmhouse. She's for she's 95, and she has had a degeneration and moved on.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, we
Talk
can't
into
hear
the microphone,
from here.
please.
The emergency preparedness as the mayor, those assisted her in CNC, moving her to the Red Cross. That I'm really grateful. We now have a problem that I've been trying to address for several years. The township has been taking over more and more of the woods behind the old farmhouse. And as a result, I had discussed this with them when they put in the shed for the salt.
Planted some trees that's all died, right?
All of them have done. And my discussion today with the person that was putting more piles of leaves there has become very stinky with this warm weather. Told me that they planted them, they died, so did it. Now, when the salt thing went up, I was told we were going to provide screening so that we didn't get the light and the noise from that. Since then, over the years, we've been taking down more and more of the woods. So we've lost all of our serenity. With the old farmhouse, and the barn, and the outhouse, and the farm. The woods was there, it's not now. When we look down in the front yard, we see construction vehicles, all sorts of trucks. And now we have, what, a 50-foot pile of stinky leaves to boot. I see no reason why we've already planted trees, if you're aware of this pollution is something you want to provide us with. Please.
I'm going to ask Mr. Skirvins, our town engineer, Mr. Chamberlain, to get together in 2 weeks and go down and take a look. They'll come back to us on the 30s and let us know what they can do.
I have many pictures from the past, 3 or 4 years. I was not prepared to come here tonight,
No, it's fine.
but since the incident occurred with the workers today, I thought that since you were having a meeting,
I'm glad you
this is
did.
the best forum.
I have your phone number, both cell and home. Can I give it to Mr. Skirvins so that they can
Right, I
start?
have asked you to call me 2 different times.
They called you back the first time, and left you a message. This was after, Mr. Wolf and I drove your mom down to the, you weren't able to get there, my memory serves me correctly.
Right,
It was
we had
after the ice storm.
a tree in front of us, and we were there for 4 days, and couldn't get out.
Mr. Wolf and I drove.
Can we get Mr. Fitzpatrick just said that the
Speak
meeting
into the mic.
about the pool was...
No, he's talking about the Black Council.
Right,
The one that
Black
went
Council.
in.
Was the pool meeting videotaped?
If it was, it wasn't videotaped by us.
No.
Did you videotape it?
Yeah.
I don't have the video.
Absolutely not.
Was it audio recorded?
It was audio recorded, it wasn't audio recorded by me.
Was it audio recorded by anyone that you know?
I don't know, I didn't ask him.
Did you want to
Was it
review?
was it recorded?
No, I can't answer. There were 7 people at the meeting, Mr. McKay. How am I being evasive by
Do
not?
you know
You
if
said that
that
anybody
meeting-
else.
Do you know if anyone recorded?
I can't answer for anybody
You
else.
know,
I can answer for me.
Thank you.
Long before there was recording material, this was actually some notes. Pen and paper.
That question would never pass muster in a court with Mr. McKay. I can't answer on behalf of the other 7 people there. I can answer on my behalf. I did not record it. I'm not aware.
I asked you if you had knowledge. Do you have knowledge of that meeting being recorded?
I do not have knowledge of that being recorded. Do you have knowledge of the meeting being recorded, Mr. McKay? Well, now you're being evasive. Do you have knowledge of the meeting being recorded, Mr. McKay? Fine. Okay. Anybody else have any questions, comments, Ms. Hall?
I just would like to add, and I'm sure you are, and it's the teacher side of me, Stacy, I'm sorry. Sorry, since you'll be dealing with children, you do a background check, fingerprint.
I don't know if you'll actually be dealing with children, but if they are going to be dealing with children, they will have to do a background check.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
this does go out to everybody
Right.
that you're appointing. Okay, just checking.
And we actually have a slew of them going through right now.
Yeah, well, I just figured because now with the new laws, background check and fingerprinting has to be
Yeah,
done.
that's what
Okay.
we done now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening. I have mentioned previously at a few recent town council meetings, I was very concerned about the speed of the vehicles on Stone End Drive.
Can I just take a minute?
Eric Johnson?
I'm sorry.
We're getting
So the traffic speed on Stone End Drive between Red School Lane and Buckley Hill, pretty excessive. This length of road is partially on a school zone with a high volume of pedestrians and children using it. When this road was built, the school was not in existence. In fact, the school was not even known to be coming in the
What was
future.
your road parameters?
We have, it's on Stone End Drive between Red School Lane and Buckley
You
Hill.
said Red School between Stone and...
No, on Stone End Drive. Yes, exactly. So when this development was made, of course, the school was not in existence, nor there was any future plans for the school. Things have changed. I consistently witnessed cars exceeding the speed limit, and some very excessively. Something needs to be done to slow down the traffic on this road, to make the road safer for the pedestrians and children living on that street. I believe the cheapest and most effective solution is to make the intersection at Stone End Drive and Moran Lane a four-way stop. Since the intersection is more than 500 feet from the middle school, slightly more, I request that the council authorize the intersection to be studied to see if the placement of a four-way stop sign is feasible at this intersection. Traffic counts may not warrant a four-way intersection, but I believe pedestrian safety and our children's safety does. I know there are other residents that live on that road that feel the same way that I do, so please study this intersection and see what we can do to slow down the traffic and make it safe for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else got any questions, comments? All once, one place. Folks, Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Hanukkah. See you on the 30th. For those that are interested, move to adjourn.
You need a motion to study the intersection.
You were looking at that already.
I met with Mr. Johnson, and what he told me saying was correct. This particular intersection, within 500 feet of schools, are all in Russia. It's about 850 feet of schools, so that is a benchmark. I think we need to get some counts. If you want the resident to do it,
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Jessup?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Now, motion to adjourn. Second. So we were all in favor?
Well, no, I mean, you're not a manipulator. He'll take anything you say. I don't know how anyone can think having a one-way communication.
I got a text it's not that.
Yeah. My wife's very sad. They live down Bayway. I grew up in Sunnyvale. Is that right? Yeah? Oh, no kidding. Oh, yeah. I lived on Summit. I lived on Summit, but all the way up, almost.
By the high school?
No. Up by Clancy, up by Round Road. I was a block and a half in from Round Road. Hillside Road. You know Pascal? His brother was my best friend.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I know. They lived 2 doors. They lived on Hillside. I lived on Summit, but Hillside ran into Summit. So he lived like the second house in out from the corner. Yeah, me and his brother were really his brother's older than me. About a year and a half, roughly. 2 years in February. He'll be 2 years older than me in February. Right now he's a year and a half.
What year did you graduate?
78. Yeah, I was in Lindenheim. Yeah, I was in Lindenheim. Yeah, Lindenheim. 78. Yeah. I worked for House of Flowers. I used to go there. So, Bobby Scuccio and I know him from the Berg, actually. His own.
You know him from
I worked there from like, probably like 76. So probably 79, right around like late 76, 79. I wasn't driving when I first went to work. And then 77 I started driving. And then I used to drive the van, deliver the flowers, all that, good stuff. Oh yeah. I know Helen Street is parallel to Wood Avenue, but it's only one lot. Only one. I went out with a girl from Ainsworth. Yeah, the Winks. You know the Winks? Mary Ann Winks. She was the youngest of the 3 girls. I went out with her. She was a year younger than me. Yeah, see? 10 years. That's all right. I get it. I'm an old man. I get it. I understand. I get it. No, I understand. But
I go along like 5 years there.
Oh, they're still there. Yeah, my in-laws are still there, but they're on. They moved from Dennis Ray. It's down like anyway.
right behind where St. John's is.
On the other side of Valley Road. I went to St. John's. I went to school, only 3 years. Couldn't fix it. Then I went back to high school.
Now I go to my friend's house.
So I've been there.
I'm always there.
I go there. I told my wife we moved out of there. That's